everyone, I'm back and this is part 2 of Professor Layton and the Curious Village for the Nintendo DS. Right, okay, let's get started. I had to talk to her if I recall. Lady Dahlia, I have a deep suspicion this murder is connected to the mystery of the Golden Apple. What? It's too early to say for sure, but I think that it's highly probable the two matters are linked. And you think that Ramon is somehow involved in all this? Potentially, yes. However, as of yet, we don't have enough information to draw any solid conclusions. I see. If that's the case, I have a request for you, Professor. Find Ramon and bring him back here to me. That's gonna be the objective, I suppose. It sickens me that I am being considered a suspect in this brutal crime. I must prove my innocence at once. As you wish, Lady Dahlia. We will ask around the village to see what we can find. I appreciate your help, Professor. Well then, I'll be awaiting the good news in the parlor. Chapter 3? Yeah. The missing servant. Calms Saint Mystère for clues about Ramon's disappearance. It could be that too. I don't wish him anything bad, but... I mean, it's not outside the realm of possible. If I recall, I had only found, I was gonna say 2 hint coins on that screen, and now I found the 3rd. Okay. There's a framed photo. Good morning, Dobby Super. How are you today? Look at this picture. What is it, Professor? Oh, isn't that Lady Dahlia? She's holding a baby. That baby must be Baron Reinhold's daughter then. Flora was her name, I think. Flora was her name, wasn't it? Gosh, what a cute baby. Lady Dahlia hasn't changed much, has she? Suspicious. You know, Luke, they say that true beauty never ages. I suppose so, Professor, but even so, it makes me wonder. Maybe we can ask Lady Dahlia about it. Maybe it's another baby? And the picture is more recent? Inspector. By the way, Mr. Layton, I hear you're something of a puzzle connoisseur. This puzzle was popular in London when I left. I wonder if you have what it takes to solve it. I found that the Elgato will work with my computer. I just needed to switch to graphics card. Yeah. Oh, that's nice if that's all it requires. It should work with any computer. It's just what parts you have in the computer that determine whether it will work good or not. But working? Yes, it would work. 5 suspects are called into police headquarters for questioning. They give the following statements. A. 1 of the 5 of us is lying. B. 2 of the 5 of us are lying. C. I know these guys, and 3 of the 5 of us are lying. D. Don't listen to a word they say. Out of the 5 of us, 4 are lying. And E says, all 5 of us are dirty, rotten liars. The police only want to release the suspects who are telling the truth. How many people should they let go? Yeah, if your graphics card doesn't support it in the hardware, yes, the CPU would have to handle this indeed. Input answer. Yeah, this is a classic, this one. None. They're all lying. Well, they can't all be right, and 2 of them cannot be right either, since they're all saying something different. I'd say 1. D is saying it's telling the truth, I think. I'll try.
Go.
I hope I'm right. Yeah, okay.
Every puzzle has an answer.
That's right. Every suspect accused a different number of people. If anyone was telling the truth, it had to be one suspect, no more or less. The only suspect whose statement fits that condition is D. It looks like he's a free man now. I did also get a mic, so that will also work for me. Yep, it should. You do best to use that brain of yours to find that golden apple everyone is a buzz about. Is a buzz about. Rolls of the tongue. Pardon me, but we happened upon an adorable picture of you and your daughter Flora a moment ago. I beg your pardon? The picture of you holding a baby, the one in the next room. I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken. I've never had any children. Huh? My apologies, madam. I must have been mistaken. At any rate, time is of the essence here. Go and find Ramon and bring him back with you. If that's not Lady Dahlia in the photograph, then who on earth could it be? Twin sister? I don't know. I think we'd do well to ask the butler a few questions. Perhaps he can clear this up for us. So I'm pretty sure you can't eat gold. As a matter of fact, yes you can. Ah, Matthew, do you have a moment? I mean, it happens often that you get some I don't know how to say it in English, but they put little specks of actual gold on cakes and the like. As decoration. This is something that they do, and you can eat it. I mean, it won't do you much good, but I mean, you can't digest it, or it's not gonna do anything beneficial to your body, but it's not gonna harm you either. Certainly, sir. How can I help you? It's about the picture of Lady Dahlia upstairs, the one of her holding a small child. Ah, yes, about that old picture. It's not Lady Dahlia, I'm afraid. It's a picture of Baron Reinhold's former wife, Lady Viola. But I certainly understand why you would mistake one for the other. They were virtually identical in their appearance, their gestures, and even in the way they moved. So that photo isn't of Lady Dahlia, but of an earlier wife of the Baron? Wow, imagine finding someone who looks that much like you. What are the odds? Is there a chance the two were relatives of one another? I've never heard anything to suggest as much, sir. It just happened one day the Baron arrived home and at his side was Lady Dahlia. A whole golden apple? No. No, indeed. Indeed you wouldn't. Not at all, you've been most helpful. Thank you, Matthew. How odd. The more I hear, the stranger the whole affair starts to sound. Oh, the cat is outside again. What's it doing? Glasses? Whose glasses are they? Did Ramon wear glasses? These are Simon's glasses. Ah, yeah, the victims. But how on earth did they end up here? This could be a crucial clue in the investigation. I think it best if we took these to Inspector Tilney. What's the matter, Mr. Layton? Inspector, take a look at these. These glasses belong to Simon. We found them out in the garden. What the? I imagine they simply fell off the body when it was being carried out of the village. Besides, if you have enough time to manage the village lost and found, shouldn't you be searching for the Reinhold inheritance or whatever it is you're supposed to be doing? So then what's the point of finding a golden apple? I guess it's kind of like the Fabergé eggs. It's a beautiful and valuable object of decoration that's worth a lot of money. I guess that's all there is to it. It's like the eggs of Fabergé, you can't eat them. They're just objects of decoration. And worth a boatload of money. My sincerest apologies, Inspector. I don't like that Chelmy one bit. He reeks of smoke and he's so full of himself, and the way he treats you, Professor, it's just too much. Luke, my boy, pay it no heed. Right now we have other priorities. Let's go ask around and find Ramon. Hello, old lady. Look at you fretting away there, whatever's the matter. Sorry to trouble you, but have you seen Ramon around here today? He was here until just a while ago. No, I can't say I've seen him today, which is strange considering how often he sneaks off the job. But enough of that, I hear you're quite an ace with puzzles. Would you mind helping me out with a puzzle I've been mulling over? Oh, right now? We're sort of in the middle of something, but if you insist. Objects that are important to history, yeah. Yeah, that works too. Have you heard of one-line puzzles? The idea is to place your pen to paper and draw a shape without lifting your pen from the paper or retracing any part of the line. You can, however, cross lines. Now that you're familiar with the concept, look at the 4 pictures below. One of them cannot be drawn with one line. Which one is it? Well, this one you definitely can. This one definitely can too. I think it's the circle. Just looking at it, I think it's the circle. Let's see. No, hold on, let me start it over. Or it could be that one actually. Come to think of it, I'd say that one.
Luke, here's my answer.
I was struggling so much on that one
Critical thinking is the key to success.
that I thought it had to be that one. Very nice. There's actually a very easy way to tell whether or not a given picture has been drawn in one stroke. This method will be revealed to you after you solve one more of these riddles. Ah, okay, there's gonna be another one later on then. That's some fine work there. I was stuck on this puzzle for I don't know how long. Yeah. Ah, you there, boy. I just had a terrible vision of you running into trouble tonight, so be careful out there, alright? Well, that was a welcome piece of news. But don't worry about me, because I don't get scared easily. Let's see, well, let's ask him. It wasn't officially released on Wii U, but I modded my Wii U so as to be able to play them on it, because it's easier for me to capture, because I obviously can't capture off the actual 3DS. Or at least not easily, not without having a modded DS or 3DS to be able to do so. And those, but let's just say that the process of adding a capture device to a DS or 3DS is expensive. So, it's just easier that way for me. Hey, you two, what you up to? Let me in on the secret. Ah, I got it. Don't tell me. I told you I got it. Out searching for somebody, huh? Looking for info, yeah? But sorry, I haven't seen your man. Are you sure you didn't see or hear anything that might help us? No, I've got nothing for you. Stop asking me about it. I see. Well, in any case, thank you for your time. Oh yeah, and good luck with your city search. 2 city men on a city search, right? Right. Ah, but definitely do not go poking around the tower on the north side of the village, understand? Well, yeah, I do find that a bit expensive. Especially when I already have a Wii U and I could easily mod that at no cost at all. Hi, Mush. One of your favorite franchises? Yeah, believe it or not, I had never played the first one. Well, not very far into it anyway. So this will be my first time playing through it, through all of it from beginning to end anyway. And Happy New Year, by the way, Mush. Best wishes to you. The tower on the north side of the village. How do you even get to that part of the village? Do you remember that clock tower in the square? I believe we must pass through it to get to the north side of the village. Let's go and check it out. There might be new puzzles. Oh yeah, well I guess if there's no one in there, there might not be any new puzzles in here. Thanks, Mush. That's the clock tower you were talking about, right, Professor? Yes, quite right. Someone's standing in front of the entrance. Well, I was wondering about the house of puzzles, because I missed 2 puzzles in the previous chapters. There seems to be a puzzle embedded in this door. I could have sworn there was nothing there a minute ago. Fascinating. This puzzle appears to be acting as some sort of lock for this door. How delightful. Luke, my boy, why don't you give this a puzzle a try? I'm almost certain the door will open if you solve it. No, the only Layton game I've played is the 4th one. It's the only one I ever played because it's the first one I bought. 58. Big Ben is on the clock tower. Get the ball out. 1. But it jumped to a number that's much farther into the game, so... Puzzle 58. I feel like I've already solved a puzzle like this. Maybe not in this game, maybe in another one. Are you playing the British English version? Because UK look is better than US look. Yes, it is a British English version of the game, yeah. The only one that I don't have in British English is the 4th one because of London Live that was not in the European version of the game. But all of the Layton games that I own are UK British English except for the 4th one. For that reason. Hold on, restart because I feel like I'm taking too many moves. I think I have to do that first. Actually, I use one move too many, I think. On sliding the ball at the end. Some of the hidden puzzles will jump quite a few numbers. Yeah, that explains it. Well done. With all those blocks in the way, getting your ball to the goal was harder than you expected, wasn't it? No, actually, it was easier than I expected. Very nice. The door should open right up now. Hello, old lady. Why, hello there. Do you often find yourself hopelessly, achingly, painfully stuck on puzzles? Well then, Sonny, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Granny Riddleton's Puzzle Shack. Granny Riddleton? Where can we find this lady? She's right in front of you. Yeah, I was gonna say. No wonder you have trouble solving puzzles. Yes, you are gazing at the beautiful and clairvoyant Granny Riddleton guide to the puzzled puzzlers. I was actually hesitating to stream this one because there was a rumor in March last year that it was gonna be ported to the Switch. the rumor was going on at the same time as before the announcement of the Catriel game, which is also on the Switch now. And the Catriel game did come out, but not this one. So I don't know if they're gonna be remaking all of them for the Switch or not. But considering they haven't announced anything yet, because I was hesitating because, well, if they release an HD remake, I might want to stream that instead when the time comes. But well, I had to make a decision, and I had been itching to play that for a while, so. Beautiful and clairvoyant. Professor, do you know what she's going on about? Fret not, Luke. Why don't you let me do the talking here? If it does get ported, I will stream it as well. What I mean, a lot of those games that were like on the DS, like the Phoenix Wright games, for example, they get ported to the Switch. So and that one, the Catriel game, was on 3DS before that. So, and it was on iOS and Android as well, I think. The Catriel game, the Layton game. I can't even remember the full title, that's why I call it that way. Sorry to disturb you, Miss Riddleton, but by clairvoyant, do you mean to say that you have psychic powers? Can you do things like, say, pick a criminal out of a crowd or visualize the location of lost objects? I can't believe it took over a year for the Switch version of Catriel to get released in Europe, a year after the Japanese Switch version. I wasn't aware, actually, that it took that long. I only just saw it when it come out over here, and I actually didn't quite follow the story around that one before that. And I was like, oh, they ported that to the Switch now. I might have to consider it at some point. But I'm still missing one of the 3DS games, so I would have to try to find that now. Especially since 3DS games tend to be a bit cheap at the moment, so August 2018 in Japan. Ah, okay. You don't know if Elgato will record it? Well, it should. I don't see why not. I mean, it's not like it's not selective on which games it's gonna capture or not. So, nah, it should work. Don't worry about it. Shao, any fortune teller can do that. So what if you can see a few days into the future? Big whoop. My specialty, you see, is puzzles. Puzzles people forget about. Puzzles people miss. Surely you boys have had a few of those, eh? Well, that's why I'm here, actually. I missed out on the 3DS version, so I was waiting for the English Switch version. Yeah, that makes sense. You would want, if you don't have the first release, and now there's a superior release available, obviously you're gonna want to pick the better one. Just had a lot going on recently, so I haven't gotten around to playing much. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, I just realized, but the Layton games were also ported to Android, were they not? Like this one, for example. So it must be available on Android and iOS in like higher resolution than this. But emulating Android on my PC is a little bit too demanding. I already tried. It's fine as long as I don't ask my laptop to do more besides, like encoding a video stream, for example. So that wouldn't have worked for me. The first two, and the third is on its way. Ah, okay. I've seen you play Luigi's Mansion on Switch, so it should work. Yeah. Yeah, obviously the Elgato that you ordered can capture Switch games, yeah. Definitely. Surely you boys have had a few of those, eh? No need to be turned red. No need to turn red, it happens to the best of puzzlers. What I do, you see, is I take those poor little puzzles, lost little puzzles, and invite them to come stay with me. Yeah, but that's what someone else in the village told me about before, so... And looking at the list, I could spot 1 or 2 numbers that I was missing. So I suppose those 2 must be here then. Not quite, boy. I'm here to welcome puzzles. I have no other place to stay in this village. Hee hee. It looks like you finally worked out what makes me so amazing, boy. Now go ahead and give a knock on the door of that little shack behind me. Inside you'll find rows of cute little jars, each one of them with a forgotten puzzle stuffed inside. I bet you can find those forgotten puzzles of yours somewhere in the midst of all my little pretties. I should have looked for hint coins, actually. Hint coins. Ah, there's one. Ah, in the chimney. The broom. No. Little window. Lamp. Those bricks. No. Sometimes it's not too conspicuous. It's not always really obvious where a hint coin is hidden, and sometimes most of the time it's 3 per screen, but sometimes it's only 2. I'm poking everywhere. Well, never mind. Didn't she say the inside was supposed to have jars or something? Because I'm pretty sure I missed a few puzzles. Why, hello there. Do you often find yourself hopelessly... it's gonna be the same dialogue. If the cottage is empty, then you'll just have to get out there and find some more puzzles. On the other hand, if you leave too many puzzles unsolved, they might not all fit in the cottage. If that's the case, you can see the rest of your lost puzzles by tapping on the broom icon that will appear. Now go on, see what you have waiting inside the cottage. Well, there's nothing inside. The later games make it so much easier because you get a magnifying glass that changes color when you hover over a point of interest. That sounds a lot more convenient indeed. Because in the puzzle index, I know I was missing number 12, yeah. And then, yeah, 21. 24 also. Or they might still be available somewhere, I guess. I guess that's still a possibility. Oh, well, let's get back outside. Hey there, you've been pretty busy solving puzzles, yeah? If you want to pass through here, you need to have solved at least 12 puzzles first. I should have that. But it looks like you've already done that. Well, I guess I just lied to you then. If you really want to pass through here, you're also going to have to solve one more puzzle. If they're still available, they won't go to the cottage. Okay. The dice below look normal enough, but if you look carefully, there is a pattern. You know the following. A equals 0, B equals 9, C equals 6. What the heck? It's not super obvious. To me, anyway. Hold on. No, I think I know. It's 3.
There we go.
Because it's on a clock. The top one is 0. There was one point that's always at the top, and there was a second one on top of the first one, so it was on 0. It was pointing at 0, and another one was pointing at 9, and etc. Like on the face of a clock. Yeah, there you go. That's right. The dots on each die represent the hands on an analog clock. Way to go! This is some physics of puzzle solving. You've earned it, sir, so come on through. Are you still after that scary cat? We are looking for one of the Reinhold's employees now. He's a man by the name of Ramon. You haven't seen him about, have you? Ramon, huh? Yeah, I think I might have. Oh gosh, where did I see him? Maybe it'd be better off asking someone else. Ask Lucy, she's standing under the clock tower. Lucy? There's a lot of logic puzzles in this game that require a certain way of thinking. It's the kind of... that one was the kind of thing that you would have in an IQ test or something. So, it's a kind of a classic. Like, spot the pattern. Identify it. We can finally pass through the clock tower to the north side of the village. How exciting. I can't wait to see what's in store for us there. Is that the Lucy you was talking about? Ah, this is Lucy, okay. Hee, what you doing? I can tell you want to ask me something, but would you mind solving my puzzle first? My little brother and I came up with this one together. Excuse me. boy and his sister are sitting around the kitchen table chatting. You know, sis, if I took away 2 years from my age and then gave them to you, you'd be twice my age, huh? Well, why don't you just give me one more on top of that? Then I'll be 3 times your age. So how old is each sibling? Not very much. Another classic one. Yeah, if not exactly the same, I've already heard kind of the same type of puzzles. Okay, let's see. Let's call them B and S, brother and sister. That's the equation, the first one. If the sister had 2 years, wait, no, not quite. Well, no, no, this is correct. 2b equals s plus 2. So s equals 2b minus 2. And then, why don't you just give me one more on top of that? Then I'll be 3 times your age. And s equals 2b... wait. Yeah, I don't know if HD60S is different to HD60S. HD60... I'm not quite sure. Isn't the S version one that is internal for a PC? One that is like a card that you install inside your PC, I think. The HD60 is a USB one. USB 2.0 actually, which limits the kind of quality that you can get out of it. That last one was not correct. So S equals 3b minus 3, which is to say that 2b minus 2 equals 3b minus 3. Hold on. Solve the equation, little Padawan. B equals 1. No, that can't be. Ah, I'm lost. HD60S is USB 3.0. Ah, okay. Yeah. But I think that the 3.0 didn't exist when I bought mine. I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it wasn't available when I bought mine. Otherwise, I don't know why I would have gone for the like worse model. Ah, damn. Let's try with random numbers, I guess. Let's just say the brother is 6. And the sister was, let's say, 6. He'd be 4 and she'd be 8. That's correct. And if that was -3, he'd be 3 and she'd be 9. Yeah, that's correct. They're both 6. No, wait, hold on. They're both the same age, aren't they?
Do it. Critical thinking is the key to success.
I can see the Elgato is a bit delayed here. What do you mean by delayed? That's right, the conditions. Ah, yeah, if this is what you mean, yeah, there is indeed a light delay. Yeah, that's true. That's right, the conditions in the puzzle only work out if both the brother and sister are currently 6 years old. The two siblings are actually twins. Yeah, well, this occurs because actually the capture card encodes the video already once, and your PC has to decode it, so that induces a light delay. Yeah, but it's not too bad, though. It's not super bad, I think. Was that too easy for you? Oh well. Hey, you know the guy from the mansion, Ramon? He may look sedate, but does he like the nightlife? He's friends with that party animal, Jarvis. Jarvis? I don't believe I know the man. Where might we find him? Well, you see, Jarvis isn't the type to place much value in being gainfully employed. At this time of day, he's probably lazing about around those steps to the north. Just head up north until you hit a fork in the road and then take the path to the right. Oh, okay, I have to go now. Let's play again later. Have you upgraded much, or are you still using the same as well? Look at that cat, Professor. It's not Claudia, is it? No, of course not. It's a different cat. Yes, it's an alley cat, and judging by the way he's bullying that poor mouse, a rather mean one at that. Ah, yes, Luke, speaking of mice, have you heard this one before? Are you using a 60S and you gave a friend the HD60 because she didn't have a capture card? Okay. Mice are famous for their ability to multiply at breakneck speeds. The type of mouse we have here gives birth once a month, birthing 12 babies each time. Baby mice mature and can give birth 2 months after they are born. You picked up one of these darling baby mice at the pet shop and brought it home the day after it was born. In 10 months from now, how many mice will you have? Okay, well, you'd still have only one because it takes 2 mice to make more mice. Yeah. Yeah, because it's a superior one, the HD60S, so I guess they would have maybe reduced the price of the older model now. I haven't looked in a long time because I didn't have to, so. But yeah, it might be a little bit more expensive, but you're gonna get something better out of the deal, so. Yeah, if you only get one mouse, it's not gonna be able to breed. Normal, I think. Yeah, it's another one of those trick puzzles, yeah. You have to be careful and read the question right, the explanation. That's right, your mouse can't birth any babies by itself. Duh! Think. Correct, excellent work, Luke. Okay, there might be hint coins around here. Okay, I found 2. There's the 3rd one, okay. I don't think there's ever more than 3, but... Look, Professor, there's a puzzle hidden here. Ah, that was a hidden one. It gives you unnecessary information to throw you off. Yeah, there was another one like that yesterday. I was launched into a long calculation on my sheet of paper here, and I was like almost pulling my hair out because I couldn't figure it out, and then I used a hint or something like that, and then it tells you read the question again or something like that, or someone in the chat told me think it thoroughly and read the question again or something like that, and yeah, duh. Makes you feel stupid when it happens, but a worm's life dream is to make it to the middle of this apple, complete this slide puzzle, and make his dream come true. With only 8 tiles, this task might look easy, but it's probably harder than you think. I'm usually pretty good at those, so I feel confident in my ability to solve this. Hold on. The difficulty is that I can't complete the line in the middle first, because normally these types of puzzles you have to solve them line by line, and that makes them a lot easier. If you focus on one line at a time and move down, normally this is the best feature. I think only the 3DS games have more than 3 coins in some locations, because those games also have a zoom in feature. Yeah, that would make sense. It was only 50 when I bought it, since it was on sale. That was only 50? Oh wow. When I think about what I paid for mine, and it was refurbished. Oh man. That's actually pretty good if it was only like 50 bucks. Because I assume you're talking in US dollars, given that you're from Oregon. And that's not good. Yeah, I think actually I was thrown off by the fact that there's bits of other apples in the drawing, and they've done it on purpose. I know they've done it on purpose. Well, I can do it. It's just I'm trying to do it with the least amount of moves possible, and that's the tricky part. Okay. Ah. 50 what? Yeah, that's a steal. I used the Amazon coupon. Oh, okay, yeah. Also got a good deal because I bought it off someone who didn't use it. No idea why they even bought it in the first place. Yeah, well, you can find a deal like that by knowing a person or something like that. Yeah, obviously you can get to some much better deals, yeah. That's the mic you have, the HyperX. Or that you ordered, which you have not received yet, I think. Okay, who cares about the amount of moves? I just want to get through this. Screw that. Yeah, it's I've always got like 2 that are mixed together. Or actually, maybe it's shuffled in such a way that you can't get it without moving the tiles from the first line. If you try to not touch the first line, maybe it's not possible. It's also it's quite likely that that they intended it that way. Right, that way I've solved the bottom one. And now now it's those two that are swapped. It was only 99 when it was actually 199. If you've ordered them like during the holiday period, and or if you bought it on Black Friday or something like that, yeah, that would make sense. Now it's those two that are swapped. There's always two that are swapped. It's really annoying. This is frustrating me to no end. I'm gonna try solving it by finishing with the top column, the middle column instead. Well, I'm usually good at these puzzles, but usually you don't have to finish by the one thing that's in the middle. Admittedly. That makes it trickier than I thought it was going to be. Come on, Rudy, you can do it. Yeah, I've got two that are swapped again. Yeah, I've got two that are swapped again. The same happens to me with these puzzles. Yeah. Just bought it on sale, yeah. Yeah, I was eager to get into it when I bought mine, and I didn't wait for a sale. I guess I should maybe have not been in such a hurry to get mine. But I guess I did get a few, little discount because of the fact that it was refurbished, which, by the way, is not always a bad thing when it's refurbished, because sometimes it just means that someone returned it because they didn't want it or they weren't satisfied with the product, even though it was working perfectly fine, and it was just like reconditioned with the packaging to make it look like new, and that's it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it was ever like malfunctioning or something. Sometimes it can mean that, and then it goes through a repair program or something, and then they check it thoroughly to make sure that everything is working as it should, and then they repackage it and then they sell it to you refurbished. But you can have bad deals sometimes with that kind of product, but not necessarily. I wouldn't say that you should stay away from those at all costs. Actually, I'm starting to wonder if the top left one is correct. Okay, I've swapped two of those now. Finally!
How does this sound?
I think it's because the top pro, it looked alright, but actually it wasn't. You had to swap another one that looked almost like it, or something like that. You've made a little worm very happy for a mere slight puzzle. It was pretty difficult, wasn't it? As you were moving tiles around, did you notice that some almost identical looking tiles at their position switched? Yeah, that's what I just noticed. You've had that problem? Could do this one in my sleep. Okay. Well, I managed it in the end, but that took a while. I think I'm done on that screen. Okay. It's that shady guy on the left, I think. She's even pointing at him like... like that's him. Now try and do it with the fewest amount of moves. Yeah, maybe later. Oh dear, your fortune for this month looks abysmal. Yeah, sometimes these puzzles, they tell you the least amount of moves that you can solve it with. But here, in this case, they didn't. Oh dear, your fortune for this month looks abysmal. I recommend solving my puzzle if you want to avoid this terrible, potentially gory fate. Yeah, we were laughing about this yesterday on the stream here, that some of the puzzles have some really grim topics. Like how many people will survive or something like that, and how many people are gonna die with the puzzle, with how many people can make it to the island on the rescue boat or something like that, and how many are gonna sink with the ship. That's grim, man, and that's supposed to be what was I gonna say? Yeah, it's supposed to be for kids. The idea of one-line puzzles is to place your pen to paper and draw a shape without lifting your pen from the paper or retracing any part of the line. You can, however, cross lines. Yeah, I had one like that earlier, so... Okay. Okay, I think that one you can. Yeah, that one you can definitely solve it that way. Okay, let's try the top hat now. Yeah, the top hat you can do it too. Your friend just texted me. What? That one. And that one you can too, so it's the bottom left, the bottom right.
I think I've got it.
No? Hey, what? Hey, I just did solve the other three with one line. What? But I just did. Look. I'm gonna make it a bit larger so you can see. Ah, no, indeed. Yeah, that one, I cheated a little bit for that one, I think. Yeah, actually, it might be the hat. It's not the one on the bottom right, since it told me that it was that I was wrong about it. Yeah, I think without realizing it, I did pass twice on the same line. I just might not have realized. Nicely done. When examining a picture like this, the key to spotting a fake is looking at the areas where multiple lines intersect. When looking at these areas, take note of whether the number of lines running through a given point are odd or even. If all intersections contain an even number of lines, or if there are two intersections that contain an odd number of lines, you should be able to draw the picture in one line. Yeah, but I had to solve stuff like that outside of Professor Layton, so... My, that was quick. Were you that scared of a month worth of bad luck? Yeah, I don't save before puzzles to try to get the best amount of points, because I want it to be as legit as possible and not cheat. I know I could have, but I don't think I should have. Because I want it to be representative of how bad I can be or how good I can be at these. What's this? Yes, it's just as I suspected. I can tell from here, sir. You have something you want to ask me, no? Zapon. Ramon and Zapon? That sounds similar. Don't even try to hide it, sir. It's in your eyes. And ask you may after you solve this puzzle for me. Ah, another one. Island hopping. Here is an overhead view of a cluster of tropical islands. As you travel from A to B, your objective is to visit every island exactly once. The island folk say this can be accomplished with the addition of a single straight bridge. The only other rule is that your bridge can't cross over any pre-existing bridge. So where should your bridge go? Okay, you need to have explored every island at least once. Okay, yeah, I can't draw over it. Okay. What can you go through? Every island exactly once. Okay, so you can't pass twice by the same island. Okay, up until that one, I can trace it with no problem. Because I can do this, and this. I'd say here.
That should do it. Another puzzle solved.
If you did get the capture card at the price that you're saying, yeah, I'd say you got a pretty good deal, yeah. The mic, well, I'm not quite as familiar with the mic, so I can't judge myself, but if you got it for half the price, then yeah, that sounds like a good deal indeed. That's right, now get out there and enjoy that island paradise. Just as I suspected, a fellow detective, your skills at puzzle solving are formidable, sir. Dare I say they approach my own? It's the eyes, I say. They never lie, and when they do, I know. How far along am I with building that thing? I don't expect to be able to complete it until, like, maybe very late into the game, but... yeah, I'm still missing a few pieces, obviously. Looks like a doggo. Yeah, that one I think I'm better off waiting until I've got all the pieces. Not so sure. These two go together. That much is obvious. Yeah, I need more. Luckily, I didn't spend 300 on all of that. Yeah. You're quite lucky indeed. Looks like the cafe hasn't opened for the day yet. Okay, let's look for the coins. Yeah, it can't be also that those people are in the way. Ah, no, okay, there's a second one. Oh, okay, found all three. There's no hidden puzzle or anything. There's one. The windows. Often it's the windows. There's a second one. Okay, found three. Lend me an ear, would you? I'd like your expert opinion on this puzzle. It won't take but a minute. Father's age. Ah, this is a classic as well. A father and son are chatting when the son poses this question. Dad, I'm 22 now, but just how old are you? The father replies, you want to know how old I am, eh? Well, I tell you what, I'm as old as your age, plus half of my age. It's kind of the same thing as the one before with the two siblings, I guess. How old is the father? Your age plus half of my age? Well, that's to say that he can only be, if the age of the sun is plus half of his age equals his full age, that means that the age of the sun is half his age, so that's 44. That's what my dad would say. No, not 9. Okay, that's not how I would draw a 4 normally, but to force the game to recognize it, I kinda have to.
That should do it.
It's the only way it could work.
Another puzzle solved.
That's right, half of the father's age plus the son's age should give you the answer, which means that half the father's age must be equal to the son's age. The son is 22, so the father must be 44. I guess I was on the right track all along. Thanks for your help, boys. Sorry for taking up so much of your time. I'll let you get back to what you were doing. Good day. No hidden puzzle. Oh, okay, so it goes round the path here, okay. There's a coin here. No, can't find it. Find only one. Oh, on the pavement. Or it could also be one of those screens where there's only 2. If there's... Oh no, okay, I found it. Okay, well, that was a bit random, but... They should make those drawing games more responsive. Drawing games? What do you mean by that? Drawing games? Something like Art Academy or something? Or do you mean those that you have to use the touchscreen, like in this one? Ah, you mean for the recognition of the digits with your handwriting? I guess, but everyone does them their own way, and well, those games are programmed by Japanese people, and in Japan, there is only one way to draw the characters normally. Calligraphy is something that is like it's basically an art that you have to learn in school. So the game here is made with that sort of idea in mind. So I guess for Westerners, it's not quite. It doesn't account for the fact that we don't all write the numbers the same way. I don't know. I can't explain it well. It makes sense in my head, but I can't explain it. What, you said you had a problem with the number 4? How do you normally write it? If I have another opportunity, I will show it. Hello there, say laddie, you haven't seen a big coin around here, have you? I could have sworn that I dropped a lovely one somewhere nearby. See, I always seem to be losing things nowadays, and replacing them gets mighty expensive. I've become quite a penny pincher. Don't suppose you'd mind advising me on a tiny money matter, would you? Okay, hold on, See, normally, I would write my number 4 like this, in one stroke. Like this, but the game thinks it's a 9 if I try to draw it that way. So it expects me to draw it that way, with 2 strokes. Right, if that makes sense. But normally I do it in 1 stroke, like this. Okay, so a rope and coins are arranged as shown below. As you pull the ends of the rope out to the left and right, the rope will draw taut and push the coins to either side. Assuming you only get to keep the coins that end up on the top half of the rope, how many coins will you have? Huh. Okay. Well, this one is out. This one is out too. This one is okay. I think. Hold on. Not so sure anymore. Yes, this one is okay. This one isn't. This one isn't. This one isn't. Yeah, it's messy. It's messy because that's how I draw my fours anyway. That's why I was confused. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's just my own way of of drawing, I guess. Where was I? I'm gonna start from the other end. That might be easier. This side of the rope. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There we
I
go.
think I got it right. No! What?
Oh.
Be
How
patient and work
embarrassing.
steadily towards finding a solution. It takes too long. I think also that my Wii U gamepad touchscreen is not calibrated right. I get the feeling that it's drawing a little off to the left of where I'm actually pressing with the stylus, so that's not helping. Those two with the down in the bottom left corner, I'm not too sure about. You got it right, but you counted the circles wrong? Oh, really? Oh, okay. That's frustrating then. This one I think is okay. Those are no good. This one either, this one either. This one is okay. This one is okay. This one is okay. Those are no good. This one is no good. This one is no good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. Well, this one is obviously no good. It's completely out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I think there was one of the two down there in the corner that was okay, and the other wasn't. Yeah, so that would be 9 then. Yeah, see, my 9s, I do them that way. Normally. Well, here it's okay. It's detecting it right.
Luke, here's my answer.
Okay, yeah.
Critical thinking is the key to
Yeah,
success.
I guess my way of marking them was a bit messy before, so... You gather up 9 coins when the rope is pulled taut. It's really quite a simple puzzle, but following every coin's path does take quite a bit of time. Yeah, it does indeed. My, what a sharp fellow you are. Now, do an old man a favor and help me search for that coin, eh? Bye. Good luck with your search. It's often in the chimneys. That one was in the window. Ah, there might have been another one. Let me tell you, lately St. Mystere has become a dangerous place. Case in point, I haven't seen Ramon since yesterday. Ah, it's Jarvis. It's the guy I was looking for. Is that rascal missing or something? I don't know why people are disappearing, but recently they just vanished. You can't walk the streets alone. Really? Could you please elaborate a bit on what you know of these mysterious disappearances? Nope, can't say I know the particulars on the subject. Seems to me that the only folks vanishing were the ones complaining of feeling sick or tired. I'm sorry, I don't really remember much about it. You'd probably have better luck talking with Zapone about stuff like this. I hear he's in the know about pretty much everything. I just talked to him earlier. Zapone, you say? Where might we find this person? What? You mean you didn't bump into him on the way here? He's the slouching man with the fancy little mustache. You'll know him when you see him. Wow, it really is hard to get a lead on this case. The day is far from over, Luke. Let's see what else we can find out by asking around. Ah, there's the third one, okay. He's not sending me on a goose chase, is he? Looking into the mysterious disappearances around the village, are you? Well, let me give you my take on the situation. Well, is something the matter? Ah, yes, now I remember. If it's rumors you're after, take a tip from a fellow detective and go ask Crouton. He owns the village restaurant. Ah! Come on! The restaurant now. Ah, yeah, I think I remember, yeah. You're looking for the restaurant now. It's not far, just head a little to the west of here. Yeah, I actually already went there before. He already gave me a puzzle in the chapter before this one. If you want to experience all that St. Mystere has to offer, you can't just run from point A to point B. Take some time to explore the village from top to bottom. You'll be glad you did. Much appreciated. We'll be sure to give that a try. Come, Luke, we have work to do. Oops. Hey, she's back. Hey, mister, I've got a great puzzle for you. If you solve it, I'll tell you a really big secret. I actually went back there by mistake. 3 identical looking umbrellas are sitting upright in a stand. Assuming the owners don't check their umbrellas labels, what percentage chance is there that only 2 people will walk off with their own umbrella? Okay, let me read down once more. Uh-huh. None, because if 2 walk with the right umbrella, then the third one, there will be only 1 left. Sorry, I will catch your stream tomorrow, but have a good day and stay super. I will try. Thanks, Dobby. Have a good one.
Luke, here's my answer. Critical thinking is the key to success.
That one was easy. That's right, if 2 people manage to grab their own umbrellas, the third person is left with only 1 umbrella to take, their own. It's impossible for only 2 of the 3 to pick up their own umbrellas. Yup. Wow, that was fast. Okie dokie, ready to hear my secret? You know Lady Dahlia, right? Well, turns out she's not as mean as people make her out to be. In fact, I bet she's a really nice lady. I bet you a million pick-rats. Blue bed, where will it go? Oh, I could see Luke. I mean, it goes with the color of his clothes and hat. I'm not sure I talked to him before. Is it true what they're saying about the murder at Reinhold Manor? A murder in our little village. The very thought gives me the shivers, and a great idea for a novel. Oh, excuse my insensitivity. I'm just always on the lookout for new ideas. How can I help you? We're looking for Ramon. Have you seen him around? No, I can't say that I've seen him today. But if your search has turned up nothing, he's probably at the park or in the tower. You know, somewhere the villagers don't normally go. The tower, huh? Oh, you should stay as far from that tower as possible. There are all sorts of bad rumors about it. It does seem that way. We keep running into people who say that. Just what are the rumors? Just, you know, bad stuff. There's something really scary about that tower. I guess it is a tad creepy. Okay. Ow! What the heck was that sound? Gah! Oh, I have just had it. Would someone please stop that awful racket? What's the matter, sir? Who are you calling sir? I'm a young man. Ah, but never mind that. I'm furious. That sound, that horrible noise. I can't get a wink of sleep at night. Used to be the tower only made a noise every once in a while, but now it's been roaring non-stop. How am I supposed to sleep? You hear me, tower? How am I supposed to sleep? Please, calm yourself, sir. Do you have any idea what the source of that deafening din is? You know, now that you mention it, I don't have the slightest clue about that. I've heard it's the roar of a huge monster that lives up in the tower, but who knows? So the noise is coming from the tower, is it? Do you have puzzles for me? I already checked for coins on this on these, so... Although I think I only have found 2 on this screen. Teehee, that guy gets so worked up that he turns red like a tomato. He's so silly. Ah yeah, she already said that yesterday. Oh, this time I'm just livid. It's just too much to take. The needle on my wrath meter is through the roof. Why am I so worked up, you ask? It's this blasted puzzle. I've been trying to work it out since yesterday. I just can't get it. It has me so frantic I can't sleep. Stupid puzzle! Come here and take a look, will you? Ugh. 21. Oh, we've jumped back a few numbers, it seems. A man has been prescribed 10 pills. Starting today, he must take 1 pill a day, but because the concentration of the medicine is different in each pill, he must take them in a specific order. Since the pills all look the same, the man has decided to write numbers on each pill to help him remember the order in which he needs to take them. How many pills does he have to number if he wants to keep track of the order? 10 pills? I'd say 9. Although, If he starts by taking the right pill to begin, starting from today, he puts one of it in his mouth and he can only number the rest. But then there is one that he doesn't have to number. If it's the last one, he'll know that it's the only one left that doesn't have a number. So I'd say 8. Maybe?
There we go.
I think. Yeah, okay.
Another puzzle solved.
Good job. Since the man has to start taking his medicine today, the first thing he should do is take today's pill. That's what I had in mind, yeah. Next, he should label the pills for days 2 through 9. If he does this, he shouldn't have to label the pill for the last day. It will be the only one without a label. He only needs to label 8 pills. Okay. Good. What were you thinking, man? And here I was ready to solve it all by myself. Why'd you have to go and ruin everything? The nerve! But with that puzzle solved, I can finally sleep again, so I guess I owe you one. Thanks! I know you both have your work cut out for you, so good luck, yeah? Weirdo. Completely bonkers. Bonkers. That's the restaurant I was looking for. He is Mr. Crouton, I guess. Rudy boys! Hi, Panda boys! No, okay, I can't go that way. Oh, but that's the way I just came. Yeah, okay, well, I'll try asking the young fellow. Hehe, sorry, I don't have a puzzle for you now. I'll have one for you next time we bump into each other. Okay, fair enough. So, Ramon, he hasn't been around today. It looks like we've hit another dead end. Too bad you couldn't find him. He usually sneaks out of work to come here to gossip and drink coffee. And you know, speaking of gossip, I've heard some weird rumors from my customers lately. Recently, there's been talk of some strange old man running around St. Mystera kidnapping people. A kidnapper? Who is this old man? I heard all this secondhand, so you got me there. You need to find a better source for village gossip. You might want to try the cafe. Usually you'll hear rumors straight from the source there. It was closed before when I passed by it, so now it should be open. A mysterious old man kidnapping village folk. Now that's a rumor. Oh, but I still haven't found him. Puzzles sent to Granny Riddleton's shack. Oh, okay. Oh, it tells you when it sends puzzles there then. Okay. Professor, it's getting dark outside. I'm afraid that's my cue to start closing up shop. Come by tomorrow if you get hungry. Should I drop by the inn? Ah, it's gonna be a cutscene. Luke, let's take a moment to sum up our findings. We have a strange roaring tower, disappearing villagers, and an odd elderly kidnapper. It's also bizarre. I can't make any sense of it all, Professor. I think we finally got some clues on our hands, my boy. Observing the nightlife in this village might tell us more of what we need to know. Great idea, Professor. Night falls, it's turned dark, and Ramon still hasn't returned. Continue the investigation to find clues. Come to think of it, I haven't had a single cutscene with actual voice acting today. Yet. Does it consider nighttime scenes to be different? And should I look for coins in those as well? I'm gonna try. I'm sorry, young lady, could you help us? We're looking for someone, you see, and... Sorry, can't help you. And by can't, I mean don't want to. I've barely even talked to Ramon, and I have no interest in this search. Hehehehe. But maybe if it helped me solve this puzzle, I just might, you know, remember something. Teehee. And just who do you think you are, young lady? Oh, you've got Layton pissed. Pissed off. Yeah, pissed off, yeah, because I realize in British English that would mean something else. The force of gravity on the moon is about 1/6 of that on Earth. This means that on the moon, an object weighs about 1/6 of what it does on Earth. If you bring a 600-gram weight and a scale to the moon and gently place the weight on the scale, which of the following weights will the scale indicate? Whether you place it gently or not, it's not gonna say anything different. There's no difference. Is there a trick to that question? Because looking at the answers, I feel like there's something that you have to be really careful about. Right, okay. The force of gravity is 1/6 of that on Earth. This means that on the moon, an object weighs about 1/6 of what it does on Earth. Yeah, actually, in pure physics term, this is incorrect, because grams do not represent weight, they represent mass. Weight in physics is the force that an object applies on another one through the force of gravity. But an object that is 600 grams of mass on Earth will still be 600 grams of mass on the moon. It's just that the weight, the force that it applies, will be different. But grams do not represent weight. It's Newton's weight. That irks me a little because I had to study that, and that was already... I was like, well, but I always heard that weight was grams. No, said the teacher. This is incorrect. But anyway. But here it doesn't say 600 grams is not an answer. So you have to believe what they say, that grams are actually a unit of weight. About 1/6. Where's the trick in that? Well, 0 grams, no. There is still gravity, so that's not possible. Grams are weight? Well, that's not what I was taught in school, anyway. Lighter than 100 grams, exactly 100 grams, heavier than 100 grams. Lighter than 100 grams. There's only four options, so... Because the explanation says about 1/6 of that on Earth. C is right. They say only about 1/6 of that on Earth. So...
Luke, here's
I would have said C. Well, no, it's incorrect. Think about what parts of the scale is made up of. Yeah, I think I know where they're going with this. Because if the scale is calibrated to indicate 0 with the plate that is on it, on Earth, if you take it to the moon and you don't recalibrate it, then the plate will the needle will not be at 0 when we put nothing on it. It will be a little under 0, so it will be a little bit a bit lighter than 100 grams maybe. Because the plate of the scale would not weigh quite as much. I think that's the... I didn't think of it, but with what they said after, it makes sense. The scale will indicate a weight of less than 100 grams. A scale is always set to 0 with the weight of the scale tray. Yeah, the scale tray. I called it a plate, but yeah, it's the scale tray, yeah. So when the same scale is brought to the moon, the tray weighs 1/6 of what it did when the scale was set, and the scale will now indicate less than 0 grams when nothing is in the tray. There you go. That's what I meant to say, but the game says it better. Teehee. You know, I've heard that if you aren't careful walking around St. Mystere at night, you can run into trouble. I bet Ramon wasn't being careful. What exactly do you mean? Yeah, hold on. I was wondering about coins. Yeah, I think at night there's another set of coins. Yeah. So you have to look for coins again. There's a Ferris wheel back there. Well, hold on. I'm gonna go towards the park first. Look for coins over there. That's dumb. Yeah. Yeah, because if the coins were not there when it was daytime, they shouldn't be there now. But anyway. It just means someone spent their time going through town and placing more coins because they knew I was gonna come out at night. Excuse me, so sorry to bother you again. Have you seen Ramon since we spoke last? Come, Luke, let's go. Okay. What's that? Open 10 AM, close 5 PM. I only found one coin here. Looking for them is not my favorite part because it feels like you're just poking around randomly, hoping to find something. Hold on, inside the restaurant, was there something new? Ah, okay. This place is closed now. We can come by tomorrow. Okay. Oh goodness. Whatever shall I do? What seems to be the trouble, sir? Let's see here. Strong young, and you look like you have a good back. Oh, thank heavens you came along. I beg your pardon? I've searched everywhere and I just can't find a thing. Oh, I suppose I must have dropped it when I was out strolling by the park this afternoon. I would go search for it myself, but it's dark outside now. It is awfully scary out there. But nothing of the sort. It's just that, well, I'm no spring chicken anymore, and my eyes aren't as sharp as they used to be. So how about it, laddie? Will you help out an old man and go search in front of the park for me? What are we looking for, by the way? What? But we are in the middle of our investigation right now. Now, Luke, no need to be rude. After all, the park is but a small way anyway. And who knows, we might actually find some new information to aid our case there. Besides, helping those in need is the duty of any gentleman. Splendid. I'll wait right here for you to come back. I'm counting on you. One more detail, please, sir. What exactly did you drop? His coin. Isn't it? He mentioned something like that the day before. Drop? Oh my, now what was it? Oh, that's right, it was my watch. Actually, my best wristwatch. Bring it back for me, laddie. Okay. Sure, I've got nothing better to do. Duh. Okay, found 3. Hello there, boys. Turning in for the night already? Not yet, I'm afraid. We're still out surveying the village. By the way, have you seen Ramon today? Ramon, that skinny man with the big purple lips? No, he hasn't come by today. But you know, for all his fancy clothing, I hear he's actually quite a layabout. He's probably off idling at the cafe. Why not go check for him there? I see. If that's the case, I'd like to go to the cafe right away. Do you mind keeping the front door open a little longer? Oh, don't you worry, Professor. Another guest arrived to stay the night, and I'm setting up his room. Besides, my door is always open for a dashing gentleman such as yourself. Do you have a puzzle for me? No, okay. Okay, found 3. Yeah, the House of Puzzles, I'd like to check that out for the puzzles. Okay, I can't go that way, I guess. Okay. That restricts the amount of places that I have to check for coins in. Milk pitchers. Why do I feel like I've already done that one? Ah, no, okay, yeah, that's because there was another puzzle that was about like it, and I was struggling on that one yesterday. And did mention yesterday it reminded me of the scene in Die Hard 3 with Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis, where they have to use two things and put it on a scale, and it has to weigh the exact amount of water that it's supposed to be inside of it. Anyway. So what did they say? Both the 10-liter pitcher and the 7-liter pitcher are holding exactly 5 liters. Okay. Yeah, that was 2 moves for nothing. I bet it's exactly the same thing that I had to do last time, but I can't remember what I did last time. That's the thing. No! I think I was onto something. No. I think I'm onto something. There we go. There we go.
How does this sound? Professor, I've solved it!
Not sure that was the best score I could get. I actually didn't even look at how many moves I used. I think I took more than 9. I think it should keep track of that type of like what's your best score for these things. That would add replay value in my opinion. But anyway. Puzzle 31, Racetrack Riddle. The distance 3 racehorses can run around the racetrack in 1 minute is listed below. Horse A, 2 laps. Horse B, 3 laps. Horse C, 4 laps. The horses line up at the starting line and start running in the same direction. How many minutes will pass before all 3 horses line up at the starting line again? Hold on. I'd say 60 seconds. So 1 minute.
Luke, here's my answer. Every puzzle has an answer.
If you express it in seconds, in how many seconds it takes for a 1 lap per horse, it's easier that way. Yeah, well, yeah, that's how they put it in the explanation. You got it. In 1 minute, horse A will have done 2 laps, horse B will have done 3 laps, and horse C will have done 4 laps, and all the horses would be lined up at the starting line. It's easier to figure out if you convert the information they give you into something a bit more usable. The camera and the case. While walking through a market on holiday, you notice a small stand selling cameras. A camera and case set is selling for 310 quids. The merchant tells you that the camera costs 300 quids, more than the case itself, and that the case costs the price of the set minus the cost of the camera. You decide to just buy the case without the camera. You hand the merchant 100 quids. How much change should you get back? Okay. I need to read that a bit more slowly. Well, what I'd say flat out like this without thinking too much about it is 90. Just want to make sure that there was no trick to it. It's like he tells you twice the same information. The camera costs 300 pounds more than the case itself. And the case costs the price of the set minus the cost of the camera. Is it that easy? Or is there something that I don't get?
Luke, here's my answer.
I think there's something I'm missing there.
Frankly, I'm ashamed.
Shortchanged. I mean, if the camera is 300... and the set is 10... Ah, no, okay, no, I think... Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yes, separately, the camera costs 300 more than the case itself. But they do say the case costs the price of the set, which is 310 minus the cost of the camera, and the camera costs 300 more. Is it 5 then? Hold on. If it costs 5, the case itself, and the camera costs 305. That makes sense that way. $95 then. Mm. Or is there
Look,
something
here's my
else I'm not
answer.
getting again? Ah, okay.
Every puzzle has an answer.
Good thinking. That merchant had an awfully misleading way of explaining things, didn't he? Make sure you don't get tricked by some swindler next time you go shopping. Well, I was under the impression that the set should cost less than the price of the two separate things put together. And I mean added to one another, so I based my assumption on the fact that the set should be less expensive, but it wasn't. That's not much of a good deal then. It's like telling you, I'm selling you 2 for the price of 2. Duh. You've just got back from the post office where you bought a sheet of stamps with values ranging from 10p to 10 pence to £1. First you detach the £1 stamp and set it aside. Now you can divide the remaining stamps up so that you make 7 differently shaped groups of stamps, each with a total value of £1. Uh-huh. I need to make 7 groups of stamps, each with a total value of 100. Is this correct? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, so far it seems correct. There. I think I've got it.
There we go.
Huh?
Frankly, I'm ashamed.
Don't give up. It's not enough to just divide the stamps into £1 groups. Each of the 7 groups must be a different shape. Oh. The diagram here shows the stamps divided into £1 groups. However, the green groups are the same shape, so it's clear that this particular configuration isn't a valid solution. Okay. Yeah, I completely overlooked that part of the explanation. They can't be the same shape. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay. Fair enough. Hold on, I'm gonna restart this. Because I think I was... The way I started it out was the exact same way that I did it before, so... that wouldn't have amounted to too much. Although, I think this one isn't gonna work either, because that 80... I can't put it with anything that's gonna work. So unless I do it that way... Nuh-uh, that's not gonna work either. Because otherwise, that 70, I can't put it in a group that's gonna be worth £1. It seems that 80, the only way you can set it is that way. And that 70, there's only one way. It's like this. Now the 90 here, I've got 2 more options from there. I think if you start with the bigger values, it should be easier for the rest. Let's see. Isn't that exactly what I did last time? Back for a little while, just had to take a shower and get ready for work. You're gonna be leaving for work soon, Mush. That 90 obviously goes with one of the 10s that is surrounding it. But I don't see how else I could fit those 80 and 70, so I think those I shouldn't try to change. Yeah, I didn't try it that way last time. But if I do it that way, that one here is the same shape as the one at the bottom with the 70, so it shouldn't count. So I'm gonna try, but the way I see it, there are two that are the same shape that way. Soonish. How's the puzzle solving going? They're making me feel stupid sometimes, as in this case.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried it with a solution that, yeah, even if they're not rotated the same way, if the shape is the same, it doesn't count as correct. They have to be different shapes, but I think those first three, you have to set them that way. It's not possible otherwise. The way I see it, it can't be done any other way. Although, yeah, the 70, there's no other way to put it than with the 20 that's on top of it and the 10 that's right next to it. Because the only other stamps that you could add to it would be 3 10s, a 20 and a 10, or a 30. There's no 30 right next to it, and there's no 3 of the value 10 next to it either. So it's the only shape it can have, the one with the 70 on it. That leaves the 80 on the side that has to take the 10 that's on top and below it. So those two, they have to be that way. I don't see any other way that it could work otherwise. I'm gonna try it that way this time. Right. No, hold on. That's not gonna work. Yeah, because if I put the 50 with a 30 and a 20, then it's the same shape as the 70, and the 70 has to be that shape. So the one with the 50 has to be in a different shape. And other than like this, I don't see how else to do it, because otherwise, if I use, let's say, although, no, that's not that wouldn't work that way. And like that, it's not gonna work either, because then I would be left with a piece in the middle that's not worth 100. Well, that way I don't have two shapes the same value still right now. Let's check it out that way. I don't have two the same, right? I feel like I'm looking at Tetris pieces. Yeah, I think like this it's correct. There don't seem to be two shapes the same. And the values seem to be correct.
There we go.
Okay.
Every puzzle has an answer.
I lost some picarats, but there are several ways to divide all the stems into 1 pound groups, but this is the only way where the groups all form different shapes. Welcome back, Dobby. Stamp Stumper is now in your puzzle index. Okay, well, I've now completed all the puzzles I missed before, so let's head out. And now I have to go to the park. I should save, by the way, now that I've sold all of these. Can I go inside the park, please? Yeah. Jared lost something again? Is it Jared or Gerard? I think he's getting a bit slow. He's always dropping stuff. So what did he drop this time? Let me guess. Was it a wristwatch, Indeed, it did drop a wristwatch. Did you pick it up around here? Well, actually, no, because Beatrice was the one who found it. Thing is, it was already late when she found it, so she decided to hold on to it until morning. Go to the inn, and you can probably ask her for it. So there you go. Now that I've got your attention, could you give me a hand and solve this puzzle? Oh, dark places really scare me, but I wanted to solve this puzzle so much I came out here for help. The puzzle is all about stars, you see. Maybe you can make sense of the thing. Of course, I'd be happy to help you with it. I wonder what life looks like for these people who do nothing all day but solve puzzles. Look, a giant star in the night sky. How many triangles can you find in the picture? Be sure to count overlapping triangles separately. Overlapping triangles, you say? I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now inside that star I can see like a bigger triangle here, another bigger triangle here. This is messy, I know. And wasn't there a third one? Yeah, that one. Right here. It's super messy, but... yeah, inside the big star, I count at least 8. 5 individuals and 3 bigger ones that encompass the something. That reminds me of a puzzle. Probably bored out of their minds. Yeah, all day. I see 10. I'm looking at the rest now, trying to see if I can find another one, but I don't think so. I'm gonna clear it and keep the number 10 in mind, because on the big star I think I've already found everything that was to be found. So that's 8 in the star, plus 1 here, plus 1 here. I don't see any other. There's no triangles in there, and those are all squares, so those are 2 squares cutting one another, but there's no triangle in there. Not here either. There's no triangle in those birds. There's no triangle here. In the house, well, this is a circle here, so there's no triangle in there. Nope, I think that's 10. I think.
There we go.
No?
Oh, how embarrassing. purpose.
count those triangles carefully. Or is it only in the star that you're supposed to count it, to count them, and not the house? Or are you not supposed to look at the rest of the picture and only the big star in the sky? It does say in the picture. So that's why I thought that you had to count those on the house as well. And on the house I only see 2. Or is there more in the star than I initially thought? Because you see one here, here, and here. That's 5. Then you've got one like this, if you like. That's another one. You've got another one like this. Then another one like this. That's 3, and that's what I counted. I didn't count any other. I'm gonna try like that way. 8. There's 8 in the star, but I see the other 2, so...
There we go.
No. Nah, I might need a hint for that one.
I suppose I thought wrong.
I'm sure you've already counted the roof and chimney of the little house, haven't you? Yeah. There are some triangles hidden inside the giant star. Yeah. I think I've got them. 5 of the triangles inside the giant star are easy to find, but there are more. Yeah, well, I saw those. But is there more than what I initially thought? I'm gonna try to draw them here, those that I can see. Those are those that I have found. Kinda rotated the same way as they are in the drawing. No, wait. There's more. He's right. Because I haven't made the one that is like this. Oh, there are 5 big ones. Hold on. Ah, yes. Yes, there are 10 inside the star, not 8. So that would be 12 in total.
There we go. Another puzzle.
Stupid Rudy. This game has that potential to make you feel both stupid and smart. Hey, thanks so much. I can finally go home and get some sleep. And remember, Beatrice from the inn was the one to find Jared's watch. Don't forget to ask her about it, okay? Okay, see you tomorrow. Come, Luke, let's go. Stuffed bear. It's for Luke. Welcome to the world of Layton. But that's part of the reason I didn't want to save before doing every puzzle, because it feels more authentic that way. You get to see my successes and my failures at the same time, and And they stay there. Star in the Sky is now in your puzzle index. If I wanted to have like a perfect run or something, obviously I could play it with a walkthrough or something, but that wouldn't be nearly as much fun. It's just that sometimes I feel like I should have seen what I was supposed to see. The inn, he said. So that's here. Good evening, Beatrice. I heard that you found a wristwatch out by the entrance to the park. Oh, that old thing. Does it belong to you, Professor? Oh no, it's Jared's. He dropped it today while wandering about and asked me to help him find it. Why am I not surprised? That man sheds more stuff than a cat sitting by your fireplace. What's that supposed to mean? Alright then, here's that watch. You know, it makes sense that it belongs to Jared. I was just thinking to myself, the professor is far too fashionable to wear this old thing. Ahaha, thank you very much. You got a wristwatch. Okay. Well, I got your watch, old man. So now what? Oh, so you found my watch, did you? But of course, a gentleman always helps those in distress. Speaking of which, we're still quite worried about Ramon's whereabouts and should probably return to our search now. Yep, Saint Mystere is strange like that. Despite its size, it can be quite challenging to find people. It can feel like running around a maze. Speaking of mazes, you ever heard of this one, laddie? A puzzle? But we really must be on the run. A mysterious bandit is on the run and trying to escape the police who are hot on his trail. His entrance into this part of town is marked with an arrow. This particular bandit follows a peculiar creed and has vowed never to go backwards or turn around. Also, whenever he comes to a junction, he will always turn left or right. Now, as you can see from the map, this part of town has multiple exits, which are labeled A to G. Of all the exits, which one will the bandit never be able to pass through? Okay. Okay. Well, G, that's easy enough. Ah, yeah, they're not letting me write on it. But he would be able to escape through G. That much is certain. He could go through E. He could go through F. I struggled to lead him to D. No, he could go through D that way. Always turning left or right. So D, he could be going there. E, he could reach it as well. It's either B or C then. Could be B. I think it's B. But I'm afraid of answering too quickly though. Yeah, he can't go straight, so... Yeah, I think it's B. Oops.
There we go. Every puzzle has an answer.
That's right. As you can see from the diagram, if the bandit must turn every time he approaches a junction, the ways in which he can move through the town are set. As a result, no matter how he approaches exit B, he'll never be able to leave through it. You're a sharp one, laddie. You know, if you're looking for someone, you should ask around at the inn or cafe. Well, that's where I was trying to go, but you were guarding the entrance, so... As you know, the inn is right by the entrance to the village. The cafe is right at the fork in the road just north of here. Well, the cafe is where I was trying to go. We've already searched the inn, but checking the cafe sounds like a good idea. We'll be sure to stop by. If you would please move aside. Alright then, thanks again. You really helped me out. Think nothing of it, sir. Cream rug. Go to Layton's room, I guess. Professor, there's a cat here. Oh, here. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Animals are very dear to you, aren't they, Luke? Well, I have just a puzzle for you then. Is it gonna be the mice again? Cats and mice. Oh, that's cruel. 5 cats can catch 5 mice in 5 minutes. With that in mind, how many cats does it take to catch 100 mice in 100 minutes? So excited to stream today. If you want, you can watch it. I'm streaming Street Fighter. If it's in the middle of the night for me, I would not be able to watch it, unfortunately, Dobby. That would depend what time it is. I would like to check it out if you're still online when I am awake. 5 cats can catch 5 mice in 5 minutes. With that in mind, how many cats does it take to catch 100 mice in 100 minutes? 5 cats can catch 5 mice in 5 minutes. What it takes 1 cat 5 minutes to catch 1, I guess. I mean, a 100, I guess. I want to say a 100. But it seems, I don't know, it feels like this would be too obvious and that I have to rethink it. The way I see it, it takes 1 cat 5 minutes to catch 1. Or is it 5 mice each in 5 minutes? It's not explained very well, I find. So using the knowledge of 1 cat plus 5 minutes equals 1 mice? Yeah. That's what I started with. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. 1 mice per cat every 5 minutes. So in 100 minutes, you would need 20 cats. 20, is that correct? English, yeah. So in 100 minutes, one cat would capture 20 mice, but 5 cats then.
I think I've got it.
Why is it? Why?
I did it.
I don't know why it. I I got the right answer, but I keep rotating it around in my head. But is it correct? Like what the heck? 5 cats can catch 5 mice in 5 minutes. If the mouse hunt continues another 5 minutes, you can expect a total of 10 mice to get caught. In other words, the same 5 cats catch 10 mice in 10 minutes and 20 mice in 20 minutes. It's simply a matter of how long the 5 cats work, yeah. I keep turning it around in my head, like, from all the possible angles, and it never feels right, but yeah, it is that simple. Cats and mice is now in your puzzle index. Yeah, it's another trick puzzle. Good evening to you, sir. It's almost my bedtime, but I've got one more puzzle for you. Want to see it? 1,000 times. What on earth is this message getting at? The following is written on a piece of paper you picked up. Is 1,000 times. To turn this strange message into a proper sentence, all you need to do is fill in the blank spaces with a single letter of the alphabet. But what letter could it be? You'll need to use the same letter for all 3 blank spaces. Uh-huh. A is 1,000 times AA. No. B is 1,000 times BB. What? There's only 26 possibilities. Trying to turn them all in my head. To try to spot a meaning, but O? Because O and 0? I don't get it. English only has 26 letters. If you try out each letter, you're bound to come across a solution eventually. No, you think? That's not much of a hint. The size in some way. What, a meter? A meter is 1,000 times millimeter? Oh. Yeah, I didn't understand it that way. Yeah, with the hints, obviously, it's, yeah, it's easy. But if it really is the answer.
There we go.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Another puzzle solved.
Now you feel stupid, right? Yeah, I do. Yeah, because I needed the hints. This game. Yeah, Yeah, but you would not just put meter equals 1000 millimeter. You would say 1 meter. You would put a 1 in front of it. You would not write it just meter and say meter is 1000 millimeter. It's not a correct sentence if you spell it that way. How'd you like my puzzle? Good fun, right? You did such a good job, I'll tell you a secret. I heard that there's a man-eating monster in the tower, and that's why everyone stays away. I'm not silly enough to think there's actually a monster inside, but the place is dangerous, so be careful in there, mister. A bookcase. I don't know, Luke, he's good with books. I could see this going to to Luke's room. Oh, well, okay, found all three. Excellent. Hello, sir. Hey, out looking for Ramon, are you? Yep, you're definitely looking for Ramon. So you still haven't found the guy. Listen, streets here are dangerous at night. Highly dangerous. You can't go running around the village with a kid, cause that's dangerous. Highly dangerous. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to punish your poor judgment with a puzzle, but you'll solve it, yeah? Of course. Puzzle 50. Number maze. I think I've already solved something like this. Maybe in the 4th game. Because I never played this one this far into the game. I'm pretty sure I never did. Try this number maze for size. Start from the center square and continue until you reach one of the gold squares AD. Here are the rules. You can move the number of squares written on the square you're currently on. You can move horizontally or vertically, but only in one direction per move. You must land exactly on the gold square to finish. So what, you start in the center, and the center one says 2. Well, I want to use that as a guide. Yeah, so if you would hit a wall, then yeah. Yeah, you have to land on exactly on it, yeah. Well, it looks like you can't go left for the first move, because then you would land on a 6, and the 6 would not allow you to move anywhere without bumping into a wall. So the first move is not left. It could be up, it could be down, or it could be right. With that in mind, well, what if I work backwards from it? You would have to come at the exit from one of the squares that is facing it. So you would have to have a square in front of it with a number of moves that would allow you to move exactly towards it. The only one that I can see is B, because if you landed on that 2, then you would land exactly on it. You might have to make some twists and turns to arrive there, but I think the only one you would be able to reach is the B because of this. Without having to trace the path yourself, I think you can deduce it that way. Take this for example. You can't land on that one and make it out because it's 3. You wouldn't be able to land on D that way. You can't do it with 7 either, you can't do it with 6 either, and you can't do it with 5 either, because it's 1, it would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, so you wouldn't be able to make it that way. I think it's B. I think my explanation makes sense. I don't know if I explain it right, very, very good, but here it can be 3 because that way you can't get out. 4, you can't be on 4 and go straight for C, so that can't be it, that one either. You can't stand on that 2 and head out because you don't have enough distance. That one, it doesn't work either. Yeah, I think it's B. It's the only one that can work from what I can see. Because you would have to be facing the exit to be able to get out. Without having to look, to try to trace the path that you would have to follow. That's right, the answer is B. Look at the picture to see the route. This puzzle looks difficult, but working it out backwards makes it obvious that B is the only reachable goal square. Yeah, but that's what I did. I worked it backwards. What it looks like. This time I feel smart, but not on the one before. There I felt dumb. Well, it looks like you solved it. Alright. Of course, we all knew a brain box like you would solve it. If you're looking for the cafe, it's right there. But it's way past that kid's bedtime, you know, way past. Besides, the tower could start making noise again at any time. Trust me on this one, Professor. Get back to the inn, yeah? Yeah, back to the inn. Tech Bureau. I think it's tech. The wood. I think you say tech. Not teak. Layton or Luke? But that's the thing. I put everything in Luke's room because I think that everything would go better with Luke. Alright, heading off now. Take care, mate. Yeah, okay. You take care too, mate. And have as good a night at work as you could possibly have. Given that it's work. Hopefully it goes well is what I mean to say. I found 2. I found only 2. Yeah, see ya. Do yourselves a favor and go back to the inn before the night. Wisest thing to do is go home and sleep. Nah, I can't find the 3rd one. Well, I'm not gonna feel too bad about it. I'm just gonna move and... them coins. It's not gonna be in the middle of the sky. That wouldn't make much sense. The roof of the house. No, I've never been in there. Okay, I found one here. And I found another one, okay. Ham? Look, it's a hidden puzzle inside the ham. Tetrahedron trial. The image below is of a tetrahedron that has been disassembled so that each of its 4 faces lie flat. Which of the triangles should you insert in place of the question mark so that when the tetrahedron is put together, both the red and blue lines continue unbroken from one face to the next? Oh boy. It's complicated. I'm annoyed by one of the red lines. I don't see B working. C, on the other hand, I think C could work. Yep, C I think could work.
Well, here's my guess. I did it!
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's how I pictured it in 3D in my mind, but it's not easy. Really not easy. Done. Let's go and find more puzzles. Looking for the coins, looking for the coins. Okay, here's one. One more, maybe? Middle of the stairs, no. Bookshelf, okay. Prosciutto, okay. That's why there's a ham on top of his head. Because that means ham in Italian. Hey, what do you want? Spit it out so I can get back to my dinner. I don't suppose you've seen Ramon, the servant from Reinhold Manor, have you? Gobble snarf nom nom. Of course I've seen him. He's kind of hard to miss with those huge purple lips. But I haven't seen him today. Now, if you haven't noticed, I'm in the middle of important business here. Can you leave me alone now? Of course, please excuse the interruption. What I like a lot about the art in this game is that there aren't two characters that look the same. I mean, all of them looked very, very different from one another. There aren't really any recycled features, is what I mean to say. Or no obvious ones, anyway. Because when I think of a Japanese character design, something like Akira Toriyama, for example, well, everyone kind of looks the same, except, well, one will have blue hair, while another one will have blonde hair or something like that, but the face will remain the same and the like. But here, there's a lot of variety. I think the guy has or the woman, whoever that is, has a lot of talent. He has no puzzle, that guy. I know, it's the same line of dialogue, okay. That guy again. I'm trying all the obvious spots, chimneys and the like. On the pavement here, maybe? Oh, come on, there has to be a third one. Where is it? Tip of the roof? No. Well, I ended up tapping the guy instead. Oh, I can't sleep because of this stupid puzzle. I've been thinking about it for hours. I'm going to lose it for real this time if I don't work it out. Grr. 52. Find a star. A star the same shape and size as the one shown on the right is hidden somewhere in this picture. Trace its outline below. I'm getting headaches. I'm getting headaches. I'm getting headaches. Ah. Maybe if I trace its outline. Yeah, I do have to trace the outline myself. There's no guide or anything to help you trace it straight. I feel like leaving this one for later. I would ask for a hint. What kind of hint? It's something that you have to see. Maybe if I blink? Maybe if I blink it's gonna become obvious. Well, think about it, Rudy. The middle should look like a pentagon. Is there a pentagon in the picture? Maybe that's how it's solved. Like an actual regular pentagon. I'm not gonna ask for a hint on that one. Well, I'm gonna ask for a hint to see. There's no way around it. You're just going to have to search this picture long and hard for the answer. Only a star with the exact shape and size as the example star will do. No defective, mishappen, or distorted stars will be accepted. Pay special attention to the left side of the picture. Okay. Maybe those hints will be enough. Left side of the picture, they say. Have you tried searching the upper left corner yet? Okay, thanks. Even then. This This is... I don't like looking at this picture. It's messing with my eyes. Seriously, my eyes hurt just looking at this. The upper left corner, they say. I see it now, okay.
Well, here's my guess.
This is really not pleasant.
I did it!
Ah, my eyes. Damn. Doesn't spotting a star earn you a free wish? It should. It doesn't, but it should. Hey, why'd you have to go and tell me the answer? I'd been thinking up an answer for days now, and you just go and ruin it. Some help you are. Okay, well, I was still 1 coin short on that screen. Don't talk to him. Okay, well, I found it. Okay, found 3. Must be a pain having to keep up your investigation all through the night. How about a puzzle break to take the edge off? I've got just a puzzle for a night like this. Monster. Oh no, the village is in great peril. As you read this, a fearsome monster is launching an attack on Saint Mystere, ward off the beast by stabbing it in the eye. And for goodness sake, hurry! What, a monster? Ward of the beast by stabbing it in the eye. Well, I think the key word is eye, not eyes. So it is a beast that only has 1 eye. So if there's a pair of eyes, automatically that means it's not those. That bush in the upper left corner kinda looks like a monster to me. Or is it the cat? Because you can only see 1 eye. It looks quite big next to the house, so it must be a giant cat, isn't it? I don't know. Sosatre22, what's up, Rudy? Hi there. How's it going? I'm good, thanks. I don't know. If there was one thing that looks monstrous in this, it's the cat, because if it really is sitting on the roof of the house, it's quite big compared to the house. I don't know. I'm gonna try it that way. No, it's not the cat. Okay.
I've let you down,
That beast is
Professor.
there somewhere, so keep searching. What do they call a monster? I think because they say I in the singular, it must mean that it is a monster that only has 1 eye. So let's say the tree in the back that has 2 quote-unquote eyes, that wouldn't be it, because then which eye do you pick? Well, you can't pick. It says I in the singular. So that can't be it. That house to the right either. Those 2, that pair of eyes in the window down there, that can't be it either. Or that. That one here. I don't want to ask for a hint again.
How
I'm not
does
gonna
this
have any
sound?
coins left for the really tough ones in the end if I keep going that way.
I'm so embarrassed.
A beast. A beast, they say. Or I was thinking, well, that one right here looks like the bottom one would be its smiling mouth. And the thing on top would be an eye. Okay, I'm trying it that way, and if that doesn't work, I'm gonna
Here's
ask
my
for a
guess.
hint. Okay.
I'm so embarrassed.
At a glance, the picture appears to be filled with glowing objects that could well be eyes, but remember, there's only one monster attacking the village. That monster is huge! In fact, it's so big that it could well cover the whole village. What, the sky? Is it the sky? And the eye is the moon? Is that what it means? If it's not the sky, then I don't know what it is.
I think
But that
I've
didn't
got
look
it.
like an eye to me. Okay, well, fair enough. If you want.
Professor, I've solved it.
Oh! You know what? I didn't see that. The outline of the sky looks like a monster indeed. Well, if you change the colors that way, yeah, it makes sense. But otherwise, I didn't see it. It seems the fiend was hiding in the night sky. You certainly gave it what for. Well, okay. Now I feel dumb. You sure devoured that puzzle. Seeing as it's getting late, I should warn you both about the kidnapper that's been sneaking around. But make sure you don't get snatched up walking around St. Mystere. That'd be a great A shame. R. My, aren't the two of you up late playing detective? If you like solving mysteries so much, do me a favor and help me with a puzzle, would you? Puzzle 53. Fish Thief. When you weren't looking, someone came by and gobbled up your fish dinner. The three brothers near the scene of this dastardly crime had this to say. A. Me? Oh yeah, I ate it. It was nice too. B. I saw A eat that fish right up. C. B and I didn't eat that fish. One of the three brothers is lying to you, but which one is it? Ah, which one is lying? Well, all three answers are mutually inclusive. I mean, all three sentences, so... I don't know, it's a bit weird. Well, it could be B. Maybe A ate it, but that doesn't mean that B saw it, necessarily. Because if B is lying about simply seeing it, the other two could still be true. I'm gonna say B, because of this.
I think I've
Maybe
got
the
it.
lie is the fact that he saw it? No, okay, that's not it.
No, I was
Remember,
sure
you're
I
looking for
had
the
it.
liar in the bunch, not the person who ate your fish. I still think, from what they're saying, that my answer was correct. Because if A is lying, then B is lying too, so that's not possible. B could be lying and the other two not lie. The way I see it, because of the fact that he says he saw A eat the fish. And if C is lying, I don't know. I thought I had the right answer. It is the only right answer that I could see. And I explained it and it made sense. Any of the other two answers doesn't make sense. I don't know where the game is taking me with this. I'm gonna lose points on this.
Well, here's my guess.
Okay, explain to me.
Layton's apprentice
Because if he's
saved
lying,
the
then
day.
the others are lying too. Oh, yeah, okay. Fair enough. The liar here is C. A and C split your dinner and each ate half. The answer becomes clear when you realize, yeah, but my answer was better. My explanation was better. Here it's really super convoluted, but my explanation worked too. Damn it. Well, you took care of that one in a hurry, didn't you? And here I thought that you were just another well-dressed city slicker. You showed me. Well, I believe one good turn deserves another, so why not let me take a look at your fortune? Oh, this isn't good. I see a series of inauspicious events occurring during your stay in Saint Mystere. What's your step? Television. Where will it go? Nah, Layton. Fish thief is now in your puzzle index. Okay, I found all the coins on that one, and I've come back around, so I'm gonna save everything that I've done so far. Enter the cafe. Look for coins. Okay, found one. Oh, that's a hidden puzzle, I think. Professor, there's a puzzle hidden over here. How many glasses? On the top row of the picture shown below, you have 3 glasses of juice followed by 3 empty glasses. Your objective is to change things around so that the glasses are arranged as shown in the bottom row of the picture. Assuming you can only move 1 glass at a time, that the glass can't be put down again anywhere other than on the shelf. And that all rearranging has to be done by hand. How many glasses will you have to pick up? What if I emptied the content of the second from the left into the second from the right and put it back down? I would only have to pick 1 glass, and the arrangement of glasses would be the same. That's the way I see it anyway. Your objective is to change things around so that the glasses are arranged as shown in the bottom row of the picture. Yeah, just transfer the contents of 1 glass into one other, and you only have to pick 1 glass up. The way I see it, that one. If that makes any sense. Like that way, right. And then you put it back down, and you've got the exact same arrangement as on the bottom row. Only 1 is my answer.
How does this sound?
Okay, well that was correct.
Professor, I've solved it!
That's right, pour the contents of the second glass into the 4th glass and then return it to its original position as shown above. This way the puzzle can be completed in 1 move. Easy, let's go and find more puzzles. Alright, I've still got to find 2 coins. Okay, I've got 1 more. Just need 1 more. Oh there, I've never seen your face in here before. What'll it be, pal? Oh, I'm not ordering anything. I actually just came by to inquire about a certain matter. Not here for the special then, huh? Well, what do you want to know? No one has seen or heard from Ramon, the servant at Reinhold Manor, since this afternoon. We've looked around everywhere to no avail. It's like he just vanished from Saint Mystere. While talking with Crouton earlier, he mentioned the strange old man who is said to lurk around the village. Do you perchance know anything about such an individual? An old man. Alright, that old rumor. So you have heard of him before. If you have any information, anything at all, please share it with us. You're not from around here, are you? Thing is, I can't have you spreading wild rumors about Saint Mystere to the outside world now, can I? Of course, if you're a puzzle lover, then maybe, just maybe, I could find it in me to trust you. Wow, I see you've sold 30 puzzles. Alright then, here's an earful for you. I know a fellow who swears down that he saw a strange old geezer skittering about the village. That fellow I know is Prosciutto. He's a wee one, but he's got the appetite of a wolf. I saw him before. Do you know where we might find this Prosciutto? Why is he asking? I've just been there. Can't say for sure, but at this hour, well, he's probably at home snacking on something. His house is on the road that winds up north from here. Why don't you go and pay that walking fridge a visit? Okay. Where could the remaining coin be? In one of those tiles, maybe? There has to be a coin somewhere. Ah, there it is. Okay. Found it. Do you have a puzzle for me, my good sir? Oh, fancy meeting you here. I've got a really tough puzzle right now. It's harder to crack than a coconut. And who knows, it might even have something to do with the case you're investigating. So what do you say? Help a fellow detective out, will you, brother? That's all very interesting, but I do believe there has been a mistake here. I'm no detective, you see. Say no more, undercover and all that, then yes, very well, but I know a fellow sleuth when I see one. Us being in the same trade and all, I suppose it couldn't hurt if I let you have a look at this puzzle. The town barbers. A certain town has only 2 barbers in it. There aren't any other towns nearby, so everyone who lives there gets their hair cut by one of these 2 barbers. Looking at these 2 fine gentlemen, which one should you go to for a haircut? The one on the left, because he probably doesn't cut his hair himself. It's the other one that cut his hair that way. I'd go to A. Because he probably didn't inflict that on himself.
I did it!
If that makes any sense. That's right, everyone in this town gets their hair cut by one of these 2 barbers. This includes the 2 barbers themselves, because people don't usually cut their own hair. The stylist with the butchered haircut is probably the more skilled of the 2. Yeah. Oh ho, you've done it. You've solved that monster of a riddle. Simply astounding. Even I couldn't do it. Oh, it wasn't that difficult. But on a more pressing note, have you heard from Ramon lately? What's that you say, good sir? You want to solve more puzzles? Alright, then here's a gem of a tip. Go visit Granny Riddleton's shack. That's all I can say. My detective's instinct tells me that another case is developing as we speak. Perhaps I'll see you again tomorrow. Let's go for maybe a last one. One last puzzle. Okay. Hey, what do you want? Spit it out so I can get back to my dinner. I heard from a fellow at the cafe that you witnessed a strange old man prowling about the village. Could I ask you for a more detailed account of what you saw? Ah, okay, chomp om nom nom nom. I think it was something like 4 days ago. I was on my way home from the market when I saw this creepy guy sneaking around. So I took a closer look, right? I wanted to make sure he didn't clean out the butcher before I got there. Up close it was some spooky old guy with a huge gobble snarf sack. Chomp nom nom. I yelled at him, but the geezer just bolted, ran off just like that. I think that weirdo is the one who's been kidnapping people. If you gotta be out at night, be careful, right? Interesting. So what now? Oh gosh, sorry, Professor. It's not that the investigation is boring me, I'm just a little sleepy. It's late now. Let's report our findings to everyone at the manor and call it a day. Professor, look over there! Oh my gosh, is that Ramon?
Oh, Luke!
Huh?
Sir,
What?
hold it there!
Right behind you.
He's pretty strong if he can carry someone on his back in a big bag like this.
Huh?
My word.
Oh no, we've lost him! Luke, you saw that too, didn't you? No doubt about it, that was Ramon. Does that mean that the kidnapper killed Ramon too? Ow! Steady there, Luke. I think we'd do well to return to the site of Ramon's disappearance. The kidnapper may have left a clue behind, you see. Right, lead on, Professor! Mysterious rumbling was added to your list of mysteries. We need to check the site of Ramon's kidnapping for clues. You're absolutely right, Professor. Okay. Professor, look at this! Another cog. This appears to be identical to the item recovered from the crime scene at Reinhold Manor. You think it might help us find who is responsible for both crimes? Perhaps. At any rate, our first priority is to report our findings to Lady Dahlia. Come, Luke, back to the manor. It's gonna be the end of the chapter for today. And it's just as well, cause I'd like to stop now. They're not gonna let me save just yet? Okay, well let's keep going a little bit more then. After seeing Ramon's kidnapping, the Professor and Luke return to the manor to report their findings. We have urgent news. Ramon has been kidnapped. What? Who? How? I must inform my lady at once. My lady, something terrible has happened. So are you saying that Ramon has also been involved in some kind of foul play? No, we can't be sure of that yet. However, time is of the essence. We must organize a search to locate him post-haste. Mr. Layton, what's the meaning of all this? Why do you insist on whipping the village into a frenzy? The situation has changed recently, Inspector. We saw Ramon being kidnapped in the village. I'm afraid you may be dealing with a serial murderer. We must rally the people of St. Mystere and organize a search. Mr. Layton, last time I looked, this was my case, not yours. It's too late to start looking tonight. We'll organize a search first thing in the morning. We've no time to debate whether or not to wake a few sleepy villagers. While we sit here bickering, poor Ramon may already be. Everyone, your attention, please. Honestly, Matthew, can't you see we're busy right now? What is it? My sincerest apologies, my lady, but it's Ramon. He's returned. Returned? But... Yes, after the Professor honored us with a visit, I went shopping at the market. Why do you ask? Just what is going on here? There you have it, Layton. Now, will you finally leave the detective work to the detective? But we saw it happen right before our eyes. Ramon, don't you remember any of this? That's enough, Luke. But, no, he was... I must apologize, Inspector Chelmy. It was dark out, and it seems that I was mistaken in what I saw. Now, if you'll excuse us, it's been a very long day, and I do believe we could all use a little rest. I certainly agree. The last thing I need is some drowsy scholar creating a panic in the village. Well, good night to you all then. Well, good night to you all indeed, because this is gonna be the end of today's stream, I'm afraid. Oh, I left my coffee grow cold. Thanks for watching, people. I will be back tomorrow in the evening around the same time as today, and hopefully we can make some good progress tomorrow as well. Good night, Panda. You all guys, take care of yourselves. See ya.